On our own and apart from Christ, we can do nothing. My dear brothers and sisters in Christ Jesus, today's gospel presents us with one of the post-resurrection appearance of Jesus. Jesus appearing to the 7 of his disciples at the Sea of Tiberias. This is the third of Jesus' appearances to his disciples after he rose from the dead. The disciples had an amazing catch of fish in the powerful presence of Jesus following his instructions. The disciples who had spent the last 3 years of their life with Jesus could not understand the cruel sentence, crucifixion, and shameful death in Jerusalem. Hence, in their dejection, hopelessness, and despair, they leave their prospects with Jesus and go back to their old trade of fishing. The gospel testifies further that despite being expert fishermen, they could not catch any fish that night. The failure of their expertise that night was not because the sea lacked fish, but because of something that happened within them, drifting away from being focused on their mission of being disciples of Jesus and being fishers of men. Leaving the entrusted task of being fishers of men, they relied and counted on their ability of being fishermen. It is at this time of utter desperation and failure that Jesus appears to them. His instruction to cast the net on the right side of the boat led them to an amazing catch of the fish. This amazing catch of the fish empowered them, bringing hope and light into their dejected lives, opening their eyes to see that Jesus is still alive and that he is with them once again as he was before. Dear brothers and sisters, when we lose our focus and drift away from our mission, responsibilities and duties, moving away from the presence of the Lord in our lives, we encounter failures, utter failures and losses. The contrast is very clear. Peter on his own was an utter failure, but docile to the command of the Lord, he becomes industrious and fruitful. This experience of the power of the living presence of Jesus with them bring them back to focus once again on the task of being fishers of men, as their consequent apostolic ministry proves. How successful they were in the proclamation of the good news and bringing healing and comfort to those who came to them. Yes, dear brothers and sisters, on our own and apart from Christ, we can do nothing. John chapter 15, verse 5. But with Christ and in Christ, we can do all things, as St. Paul says in letter to the Philippians, chapter 4, verse 13. I can do all things in him who strengthens me. Therefore, it is important for all of us to cling to Jesus, realizing his powerful presence in our life situations. This will strengthen us in focusing on our mission, responsibilities, and duties, bearing much fruit as his disciples.